hard to even know where to start on a night like this. A lot of the folks on the other side of the fence may know, some don't. But I tell you what, this group of people standing beside me right now and beyond, you know, there's a ton of people just down I-84 toward Falls tonight that understand as well. Tonight, we run in memory of our dear friend Dan Breach. To give you a little history, I think we were talking earlier, there's not enough time on a Saturday night to give the history of what this man has meant to us as racers, friends, and obviously these officials that worked under Dan for so many, many years. Dan Breach was a longtime staple here at Meridian Speedway, and then he expanded to racetracks and racing tours all around the Northwest. He had a stint running Rocky Mountain Raceways, but I know that a lot of his friends and family here remember Dan as a little kid hanging out here in the bleachers many, many years ago, keeping score, letting everybody know who won, who lost, by how much, and what they needed to do next week if they wanted to beat that guy by a little bit more. And he was an amazing man that could do it. He took an opportunity to finally get a job working in the pits. He had his time behind the wheel of a race car, but I think where Dan shined, especially for those of us down here on the front stretch, is what we all got to do with Dan Breach. He was an amazing friend. He was definitely an amazing boss and somebody to look up to. And it didn't matter if you worked for him for a year, like some of these folks, or a lifetime, like a lot of us that got to stand beside Dan each and every race night all across the Northwest. Rocky Mountain Challenge Series, Super Modified Racing League, all over Dan Breach was well known. A couple of years ago, Dan fell ill and he worked his way through it, and I think what he taught a lot of us as we get to a night like tonight is that it doesn't matter how sick you are, or how tired you are, or how much you hurt, you always have to strap on the NASCAR official suit or pull those buckles tight and get out here and put on a show with great fans like we have here at Meridian Speedway. Right before Dan fell ill, we were supposed to take over Magic Valley Speedway as our ownership group took over. Unfortunately, he did not get that opportunity. One of his dear friends, Spanky Castillo, stepped into those shoes, and I know Spank would love to be here tonight, but he's still trying to fill those amazing big shoes down in Twin Falls. So we appreciate that whole crew down there as well, because that was Dan's crew that he was ready to take over. Tonight, a group of our racers, since we lost Dan a little over a year ago, have been wanting to get together and get a Dan Breach memorial. I think we've all had our time, we've breathed, we've missed him, and now it's time to honor him in the way that Dan would love to be honored, and that is with some triple main events for the Hornets. Dan ran, what were they back then? Screen Stocks Bombers with when we were all younger. And then he jumped into the Hornet division in 2003, 2004. He was a big staple of starting it. And he was a huge staple. You will see these cars come out for three main events in honor of Dan tonight. Of the fun, the craziness, and the stuff that he knew would get you guys off your feet and cheering. And we don't have any drivers out there. They didn't always cheer that much, but I tell you what, they sure had a heck of a lot of fun whenever he came up with something for him to do. Colton and Brent and the crew have put together a nice array of exciting point racing for us tonight. It's going to be a combined point winner, and then we will honor that person with the first ever Dan Breach Memorial Trophy. We're going to roll our Hornets out here for main event number one, but I do want to hear if anybody here have any memories they want to share with our fans and Dan. I know if you don't, I don't know if it's enough, but if anybody have anything. We are joined down here though by Sam, Dan's wife, who has been a trooper through it all, and we have brought her deeper into our family since we lost Dan, because this is what it all means, is bringing these folks and honoring this amazing man. Right?
My debut last week, and then I failed. So just a couple things with the Hornet main event. We didn't qualify the Hornets today because when Dan raced, it was let's put on a race no matter how fast or how slow you are. What you're going to see tonight is three different races, completely different races. Some with a little bit of speed and a lot of listening. And if everybody that knew Dan, you listened because you didn't know what you were going to do when you got on the racetrack, when you got on a Hornet. And if you were told as an official to go to the scales, you listened or you got disqualified. So what we decided to do is take qualifying out of it. We don't care who the slowest car is, who the fastest car is. We random drew poker chips for starting positions, we'll invert off of finishes, and hopefully if we can crank through this, our third main event is going to be off the charts for Ben, and they'll be happy. So that's my story tonight. We're trying to do our best for him.
Yeah, it's really fun to Dan loved his dark humor, or at least he put up with mine that we talked all the time in the office. So he loved the trophy that Morgan Trammell and the crew put together. It's got his actual fake leg built into it, and I think he would really enjoy it.
Dan approved. I was there the night. He was like, "That's a really cool idea." And we were all like, "Really?" And tonight, it's going to come, and we know that we've got a great big huge. And he's giggling already up above us. We can hear that, see that smile on her.
Yeah, we're going to see if somebody's spouse really lets him put that thing in the living room.
Dan will make him do it. So with that, for Sam, and like I said, I know you guys come and watch us every weekend, and we love the best short track racing fans in the country here in downtown Meridian. But it's a true part of the family. Sam lost her husband and best friend. We lost a boss, a mentor, and a guy that we look up to. I don't think I started a race night and turned this mic on without thinking of him and what he would tell me to do or not to do, and then I do it because I know I have to. So for this group of people and all of us here at Meridian Speedway fans, will you give them a great big round of applause as we get ready to celebrate the life of Dan Green. And if you're Dan Green fashion, you would say, "Hey, what are you guys standing there for? I want to race the one for the front stretch, and I want to see with these stars." So if you guys hang out with us for one more minute, I'm going to bring the starting grid of main event number